Okay, that's
Right.
live.
Oh, yeah, I'll just give it a big.
Hang on.
Uh,
Hey, what? You?
am I in all of them?
I don't think
Hang
you're
on,
in all
I'll
of
go
them.
in all of them. Yeah.
Perfect. G'day everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Glass Cage podcast. I am JH.
And I'm George.
You remembered this time.
Yeah, I did.
So this week we're going to talk seeding gone by and a bit of what this season's been like for us so far,
Yep.
and then maybe dabble a bit of machinery.
Yeah. Got a few things happening.
We do. So, how'd your seeding go?
Slow. Well, it felt slow.
It was dry, wasn't it? Oh, it started off well. you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was good moisture for a little while.
Mm.
But yeah. How's yours?
We good moisture for starting, and thought it was going to be a crackerjack, and then as we kept going, it was just the tines were getting harder and harder and harder to get in the ground.
Yeah. Didn't have to pull up at all.
No, only for breakdowns, which I don't think we had too many major breakdowns. We had a few. We had a bearing go at 3 a.m.
Always the way.
If people have watched that on the channel, that was a nice, couple hour job. Well, maybe like a 4 hour job for George and myself. George Summers, that is.
Yep. I was sleeping.
Yeah. A lot of press wheel, a lot of bolts, but nothing that stopped us for like a day.
Yeah.
We were going, normally within a few hours of when we did something.
Yeah. And like most people would know, they see it on YouTube, you've got a Borgo Paralink.
So we've got a 3310, 80 foot, 12 inch spacing, and then a 7700 bin behind it.
Yeah.
And you guys have also gone the Borgo route.
Yeah. Yep. A couple of years ago. I think ours was a 3720 disc, 40 foot.
Mine might be a 3320. I can't even remember now.
No.
3320.
Just throw numbers
Anyway.
out there. 7700, 3320. It doesn't matter.
All
They're
right.
big, they're red.
I reckon when the dealers decide, let's call it this, they just
Oh, yeah.
they got dice and just throwing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an 8892.
What does that mean? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, 3320. I can't actually.
Yeah, definitely a 3320.
Is
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Yeah, 12 metre disc machine.
Yep.
12 inch, 300 mil, whatever that is, 305, 302. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, for us being Australians, we obviously use the metric system.
Yeah.
But when it comes to farm machinery, it's a lot easier just to use
Oh, the Imperial.
the Imperial, because
No,
that's how everything comes from over there. So that's just how it comes.
Yeah, the Impetric system. End up with a lot of, what is it? It's 19. No, that's 3/4. And I just look and go,
It's 6 bananas, mate.
yeah.
I've been watching a few guys on YouTube, obviously because I've started the farming YouTube. I've been watching the Americans and seeing how they do it. Really interesting stuff. But we had 7/16 of rain last night. What is that?
It's just,
Is that good?
I am so glad that in the 70s or 60s or 70s, whenever it was, that they were like, righto, everyone in Australia, Imperial is out.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Even like when they're talking about their yields and they go, it's
50
going
bushels per acre.
And then I'm like, what's that? So you go, okay, bushels to acre conversion for tons to hectare.
Yeah.
And then it goes, well, it's different for corn, different for peas, different for beans.
Kyle's converter. Google Kyle's converter is always good.
Yeah, okay. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So you guys are quite spread out with all your land.
Yeah. So
how'd that go with timings?
yeah, it's always interesting. You sort of got to play it by the season each year.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got to pick I call it the bend in the boomerang.
Yep.
The moment that we flick over, we don't stop between canola and wheat, or cereals and wheat, cereals and canola.
Yeah,
so
just keep rolling.
Yeah, we'll just keep rolling through. Some people pull up for a week or so, and then that gives you a bit of a chance.
Yeah, no, we've always found that dry seeded pushing through is 100 times better than waiting for rain.
Yeah.
We've had it when you've done half a paddock, gone, nah, we've got to pull up. We just can't get in. And then we got the rain, or like a week later, and it's like we'll go seeding, went seeding, and then come germination, everything that was in before is tenfold. It's just so much better.
Yeah. Especially canola, you're always better to be in before a rain. This year, it seems we did have quite a portion in before the rain. I don't know. I think a lot of that was eaten up by stubble and just how dry some of the clays were.
So we briefly touched on it last time. You guys have a mix of draper fronts and stripper fronts.
Yep.
So even dry, hard soil for you guys, even with all that cover.
Yep. Yeah, it's still dried out because it was just, well, you remember, since it stopped raining in over like such a wet harvest, and then it just stopped.
Yeah. Yep.
And everything in the row, like right down in the row on those thick cereal stubbles, was okay, but it didn't take long for that to sort of go.
Yep.
On the heavy soil.
Yep.
It's it's I don't know. We're 3 years into the system, and we keep questioning because it's 3 years into a system. You haven't really gotten rolling through and let everything settle in.
Yep.
So yeah, we've found it a bit challenging looking around this year and going, have we made the right decision? There's some patchy canola, patchy establishment in some of the soil types.
Now, for where you guys are located here, we're at your place today. Discs is definitely suited for this land.
Yeah.
And then you've got some lease country down at Mungie. You've also got the Bridge Up block, the tree block.
Yeah.
Definitely suited for that.
Yeah.
When you come up, you're opposite me.
Yes.
And how have the discs worked up there? Because myself looking at going for a different cedar bar.
Yeah.
I don't think discs are on my radar up in my country.
Yeah, it's got its challenges up on the heavier soil types. The Borgo has, well, when we went searching for a disc, we needed to find something that was effectively going to match the Seed Hawk for
seed placement. Yep.
And ability to dig. So that meant that we had to have an offset and an undercut on the disc.
Yep.
So they've got the angle offset and then undercut to dig itself in. And there was a couple of units, pillar laser disc, the root boot razor, and the Borgo.
Mm-hmm.
They've all got what we wanted. The Tobin Tornado, I think it is. They also have it, and the NDF, but they don't all have seed fert separation.
Yes.
And the undercut and offset.
Yep.
So when we decided to go to discs, we built a root boot razor, 40-foot root boot razor bar, and just put that all together.
Yep.
And towed that with the Seed Hawk bin behind it, just to dabble in it and see how we went. And it worked, but we needed something that was a little bit more polished. So that's when we started looking seriously at the Borgo. What gave us confidence in that was actually having one of the Boss modules, Boss engineering modules,
mm-hmm.
on our bar just to see how it would go. And that was ripping into hard, heavy clay like a track. It was seeding and placing through it.
Right.
Yeah, so and that was with no downforce. So it was just under its own weight.
Yeah, okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, so then we said, okay, so that theory works, and then we've grown our best ever wheat and our best ever canola at Cascade with this disc bar.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, not to say that this year is going to be the best by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll see.
No, so this year has been dry.
Yeah.
Like a wet dry, I guess. It started off wet, seeding got dry, we persevered. We kept going.
Yeah.
We were only when it started to get really bad, like hard to get the tines in. We would have only had maybe 400 hectares to go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
400 hectares to go. It's like we're going to keep going, aren't we?
Knock it back a couple gears.
Yep. Exactly that. And then just bumped up the packing pressure a little bit.
Yep.
Kept going, got it in. Now that was the wheat. Wheat's obviously a pretty good survivor, and it's come up. Like it's all up. It's been a bit of an uneven germination for us across the board, especially with canola.
Yep.
We've got a single tine machine.
Yep.
And we both had a seed hawk before this. So we went from having a 2-tine seed separation to the obviously the fertilizer and putting it on its own shelf. That worked amazing. That was fantastic. Best seed placement for especially canola we've ever had.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Borgo, and the reason we went to the Borgo was for stubble issues.
Yeah.
We couldn't get through with the old stubble rake.
Yeah. Yeah, many days burning piles, scratching them out, doing circles.
Yeah.
Night shift in barley.
Forget about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we went for the Borgo for the trash flow reasons. We went and saw a couple Borgos around the place, and everyone was getting through trash fine. They never heard of trash. What's trash? And
it's not trash. Yeah. It's gold. That's what it is. Stubble.
And then we got it on farm. We had our demo day, or whatever you call it, the introduction to the machine.
Yeah.
And we went through some. Dad and I were like, oh, there's where the header started. Let's go through that. This will test it out. Went through it perfectly, and we were like, Dad and I just cheering and high fiving, like this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Came to seeding, and it was moist.
Yeah.
And we're back into stubble issues, and it's been an issue for us. Stubble, I think, doesn't matter what bar you have, stubble's always an issue.
Yeah, we still get blocks.
Yeah, so we have decided to seed our canola on a 30-degree angle to our current run. Now, that took me a lot of convincing because obviously we're CTF, you're CTF.
How long have you been?
CTF?
10 years?
Since...
Not quite.
So my first real look into CTF is when we went over in a study group to over east with Phil Smythe.
Yep.
And we went to a lot of farms that did CTF, and they had been doing it for years. And the results are there. It shows it. Yep. Got back here, and I was like, Dad, we need to switch. We're going CTF. We had the gear. We were 40-foot fronts. We were
120-foot boom,
120-foot boom, and 80-foot seeder. So I was like, yep, that's no worries. It's going to work. Went to implement it, and my boom spray was a Rogator. So I had Raven. And the others had John Deere.
Yeah.
So didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you get your corrections, we've been fighting with Trimble for 10 years to try and get Trimble and John Deere. So even Trimble to CNH,
So I want to say it's, I don't think I had kids. So I think it was maybe 2013 or 2014 that we finally we went to a John Deere self-propelled, and I was able to implement it. So I think since about then we've been CTF, and we've seen a lot of good results come from it. Like it's definitely improved our farm.
Yeah, softens the soil. Like I reckon about 5 years, and you can actually see your soil getting a lot softer. Yeah. No, it's definitely improved our farming system because the biggest headache was when always you come in with a spreader or something like that, and you're just leaving all these different runs and lines, and it was just. Come harvest. At least you know. Well, I guess if you're not full CTF, then you're just going to bang across your tram lines on a different way, so you're never going straight down them. Like in canola.
Yeah. So it took me a long time to get convinced to go onto the angle for seeding.
Yeah.
And when we did, this is only the second year that we did it, but last year obviously it was the best canola crop we've ever grown.
Yeah.
Germinated perfectly because you're going into the old furrow, so it was.
Yeah. You get that cross hatch. It looks, when it's coming up, it looks really good, and it looks a whole lot better than if you're just skipping into the old row occasionally going down it.
Yes.
And you get patches where the bar might have crept out, even if you've got a pro tracker and you just, yeah. But no, I can see why you did it. And look, you've got results from it.
We have got results from it, and it's worked. This year, I guess, was the test for it because it was like, well, it's dry. Let's continue on this angle and see what happens. And we did get everywhere it germinated was on the row.
Yeah.
Now
you can't really go on row seeding with a tine.
No, you
straight
can't.
down.
So so that's now opened up my eyes to maybe going back to a 2-tine machine.
Yep.
And then I can actually get my canola where I want it.
Hybrid machines, like I say hybrid, like with a coulter out the front, but maybe a bit more aggressive of a coulter.
Look, not sure. Maybe to break up stubble.
Yeah.
But yeah, planning to go to Darren this year.
Yep.
And have a look at all the seeders that are out there basically and just...
Hopefully they've got a decent range.
Well, they should do. I mean, Darren, for people who don't know, Darren is the biggest machinery field day in Western Australia.
Yeah.
So I'd say there's about 4. You've got Darren, you've got the Woolarama.
Oh, yeah, Wage and Woolarama.
You've got Meriden, I believe, do one as well.
Yeah, okay.
I think Meriden do there, and like an ag show. And then there's Newdigate.
Yep.
Now, Newdigate's only, 2 hours from us?
Yeah. Yep.
So that's always the one we go to, but Newdigate's the last on the leg and always gets sort of left out.
Yeah, well, people don't want to, you can understand. It's a long way and a long time for all of the exhibitors to get stuff there all the time. So it's, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've been to Darren, so it'll be interesting to see. But I think it's normally 3/4 of the size, maybe even half.
Newdigate? Oh,
compared
half.
to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you went to Newdigate last year. It was...
Yeah, that was the first one back though, wasn't it? From after COVID?
Might have been, yeah. But it's unfortunate that it suffers because a lot of us don't, to go to Darren, it's a 3-day event because we need to get accommodation for the first night to drive up and then you go see it, then drive home the day after. So it's 3 days you're away.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing sometimes if you're going with a couple friends.
Can be good.
Like we're intending to go this year, so that should be good. But we'll go up there and see what happens.
Yeah,
basically.
Yep. Have you got any? Like, have you had? Obviously, you've been looking around. Have you got anything in mind?
I wouldn't mind seeing the Seed Hawk again.
Yeah.
And just see what that looks like.
Yeah. Seedmaster as well.
Look, whatever's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever's up there, I'll have a look at.
Yeah.
Just like I said, discs. I don't think it'll work for me full time up there.
Yeah. Well, considering your scale, so you're 5,000 hectares,
4.5,
4,500 hectares cropped. So for us, what are we now? 4,200 hectares, I think. So we have to start seeding early, go round the clock from the start, and then just keep the hammer down all the way to finish.
What was the decision? You were an 80-foot Seed Hawk?
Yeah.
So what was the decision to go to a 12-metre bar or 40-foot?
Yeah. So it was basically cost and availability. There's only a couple of models. So I think NDF do an 80-foot, 24-metre. I think they even go out wider now. But the cost of that bar was a little bit too much for us.
Yep.
And when we were making the decision, we were cropping 3,600 hectares.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, so we were pretty easy to get across it with 12 metres. And then when we looked at the Borgo, there's only a 18 metre, so 60 foot. I
was going to say it's a weird thing, or is it like 59 feet or something like that?
It's not quite as bad as John Deere.
Yeah, because we obviously we were all together, and we had before the Seed Hawks, we had the Conserva packs.
Yes,
and before that, I believe was the Borgos.
Yes,
so we went Borgo, Conserva pack, Seed Hawk, Borgo.
Yes.
Now the Conserva pack, we got our last year together.
Yep.
And then we split.
Yep.
And then we kept the Conserva pack for one more year.
Yep.
And then got rid of it, threw it away.
Yep.
That was the worst seeder we've ever had.
Yeah.
And
they were the good concept, but the Seed Hawk just excelled.
Yeah. I know you guys kept it for quite a while, but it was more of a money reason.
Yeah, starting up and just trying to conserve cash.
Yeah, but the Seed Hawk, the Conserva Pack, I think, it's a weird sizing, isn't it? It's like 58 feet or 59 or
57, I think.
Yeah, it's I over in America, I guess they're not CTF, are they? So some of them are starting to, but
I think it's all based on the standard the standard sizes of the plots of land. It's what my understanding was. Someone will probably comment on your YouTube and tell me that I'm wrong, but
for over there,
yeah, it was like the. I know that the Canadians have like a section of land. I'm not sure if it's the same across all of North America, but it was based on, I believe, based on sections of land and how those widths would actually fit into a section of land.
Right.
But I'm probably
I'll believe
probably full of shit.
I'll believe you.
I don't know. Fact check that. No. Fact check that.
No. That's what it is.
That's fact now. No,
someone just put that in Wikipedia for us, please.
Yeah. Fact checked on Wikipedia. I'll just edit it. The Seed Hawk, so 80-foot Seed Hawk was good. We would get through our program in a blink of an eye, considering we could only seed at day, like seed in the daylight.
Yeah.
But the 40-foot 12-meter machine is we do have to keep rolling, but it allows us to. The discs, we can travel a little bit faster, not a huge amount faster, and we can keep going in nearly all conditions. So it can be literally raining on straw that's waist high, and it will persist through.
Yeah. I mean, you can persist through with our Borgo, with our time machine, but you're going to end up with a hell of a mess behind you.
Yeah, operators can persist and get the job done properly. So we just said, we'll just go 24 hours. I'd say most people around here do.
I think nearly everyone around here does 24 hours.
Yeah.
But like around this community, we're sort of the smaller farmers.
Yeah, smaller to medium.
Yeah, there's a lot of brothers around here. You know, there's a lot of big farms.
Yeah,
There's
a couple that are clinking around with two or three 80-foot machines, and which is very impressive to see.
Yeah,
we're just hobby farmers.
Well, that's what we like to say anyway. Yeah.
We've got a couple of nicknames for this farm, but I'm not going to let them fly here.
You don't want that to, be let out to the world?
No, I don't know. I don't know how advertiser friendly some of them are. No, it's Tom and I have discussed several times whether we should flick the Borgo for a couple of reasons, but we're persisting. We keep going. It's growing like I said before, it's growing our best crops. It's expensive to maintain, expensive to keep up.
So I suppose the question that faces both of us is: would you keep the bin, or would you change the bin?
I'm not in love with the metering system.
We've both got the same bin. We've both got a 7700.
Yeah, X-split, whatever they're called.
Yeah. I think our bins are slightly different, but it doesn't have scales.
No.
They're not individual bin scales either. And I think the only difference is you've got a tubulator.
Yeah,
we've got an auger.
We've got a tubulator, and we don't have a TopCon
controlling.
We're John Deere rate control.
Yeah. Whereas we, when we had the Seed Hawk, they sold us with a John Deere rate controller, and it just we wanted to do that was back when Dad was controlling it all, and Dad wanted to do variable rate.
Yep.
I said, "Yep, no worries. We'll chuck this all on. It'd be fantastic." Run it through a John Deere screen. Took off all the Seed Hawk stuff, and could never, ever, ever get it to vary rate.
Yeah. Okay.
And
was that with the electric? Did you still have the electric gearboxes?
Yeah, we had the electric Seed Hawk ones, and then we took them off.
Oh right, it went to hydraulic.
Yes. I can't remember now, but it's It just never worked.
Yeah.
And then, that was a very driving factor for us going for the Borgo,
Yeah.
because you can vary rate with that very easily.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I am a fan of that metering system, the auger that just goes across. There's nothing to go wrong. Well, I suppose if one thing goes wrong, it all goes wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah. You don't end up with, very unlikely to end up with
Like a bolt
block sections.
Yeah.
Or, bridging. Well, the John Deere bins were bad for bridging and then clearing themselves. So you end up with either segments of the paddock just on and off for no reason, or segments of the bar being partially blocked and then as it's bridging and unblocking.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't like the big octopus hanging out the front.
The section control.
Yeah, it seems like, as far as someone's tinkering and engineering to get the section control to work, like, credit to them to sticking with the single tube coming through and then getting that to work. But there is some voodoo magic happening in that vacuum system that I'm sure that if I sit down, and I have put it in my mind, I just can't work out how they're maintaining air pressure effectively all the time.
So one thing with canolas, we've always got to have our fan ramped right up. We put the AgStar in with our canola.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of our issues with canola is we're getting a lot of seed bounce. Because we have to have the fan so high.
Yeah.
And that could also be due to that system because it goes, it's that big pipe that then goes up.
Yeah.
And then if you try and bring your wind down,
yeah,
it just slowly starts to block and block and block.
Yeah.
And maybe if we had a different metering system, then you could definitely slow your rate down.
Yeah, all those cyclone diffusers, but I don't know how they would fit in the back of the Borgo.
No, they wouldn't.
There's not. If you tripped out, you'd probably snap them off.
Yeah.
It's
so if you were to upgrade, you'd probably upgrade the bin, because I know I would.
Yeah, I think I would. I don't think I would go Borgo again. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would go to. I'd have to have a look. I like the
Simplicity?
Not so much.
Yeah.
I like the Morris and the Seed Hawk, the shutoff, little hydraulic shutoff for the section control, and having the individual. If it's all stainless steel, then I'd look at them. I like the Seed Hawk. Did have some issues with them, but every seeder has issues.
Yeah. I would definitely go Borgo bin again. I know a lot of people around here have Borgo bin different bar.
Yeah.
The availability of them is not very available, but I would go again with the individual bin scales.
Yep.
There's a few farmers around here that have got that and they think it's fantastic. Yep. I mean, it works. You can actually weigh how much is going in and it auto calibrates.
Yeah.
The one issue I've had with the 7700 is that you calibrate it in the morning and by the afternoon you could do nearly 40% out sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've got no idea why, but and then sometimes you can calibrate it. I calibrated the canola and that was perfect the whole way through. Never had an issue.
Yeah.
We
had to, or we still do, we fill up. So when we're doing cereals and compound and urea mix together, we take it for a drive. Like we'll go and drive or do a run and then do another calibration.
Yep.
It's packing into that little chamber just before the auger.
Yes. Yep.
And one of the guys gave us a heads up on that. And since then, we're still sometimes a couple % out.
Yeah, so we find like we'll calibrate it, get it perfect, and then come to the next fill and calibrate again, and it might be a % off or something like that, or it could be perfect. And then you let it go, and then you're like, hey, I've got a little bit too much on board here, or that went out a little bit too quickly, and you do a calibration. So, oh, great, that's gone out.
I haven't caught up with Sam or Ali next door, but they've got the new Horsch. They got a...
Oh, okay, yep.
Which is a lot of things on that I like. Big plastic tanks, very neat.
plastic tanks like the John Deere tanks?
Yes, but no.
Better design?
Better design. Yeah, you can actually fill them.
Yeah.
And it still goes into a single tube, but it's got a slightly different metering system off the bottom of the tank.
Yeah, yep.
I'd seriously look at the Horsch, I reckon.
Well, speaking of Horsch, we're not due to upgrade our boom spray yet. I currently have a AgriFac 160 foot, 48.8 metres, however you want to look at it. 8,000 litre tank. It's been fantastic for us. And we've got the individual nozzle control, pulsing nozzles. Brilliant boom spray. Best boom spray we've had so far.
Yep.
We had a Rogator and then we had a John Deere. We've gone to AgriFac. But the seeing on Twitter pops up every now and then the Horsch. Now, I'd love to see that at Darren. I know it won't be there.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see that at Darren.
Yeah.
There's some good-looking technology on that.
Yeah, it's been one that we've been watching for a while. Tom went to the Horsch factory a couple of years ago, and they had the sprayer out and showing the gyro stabilisation.
Yep.
And he said, yeah, you could just hang on the wingtip on the other side, and you'd feel it constantly pushing back up against and maintaining the height without compromising the other side.
Yeah.
Which leads into their ability to move the sections of the boom up and down individually, so you can actually hug the ground over.
Yeah, like you guys have got quite hilly country here, and it would be fantastic for you.
Yes, yeah.
I remember spraying with the 150 foot Sonics around here, and my God, there is some interesting spots. You have to have the boom like right up. That's the cable driven.
Yeah,
only center lift.
Yeah,
and still the wings are hanging back as you're going up, especially in I don't know what you guys call it now, but the paddock that's out from your hay shed there.
Yeah,
that one always used to get me when I was spraying in that. And yeah.
Some of these valleys, it can get a bit iffy. You end up gull winging it to still trying to maneuver over rock piles and stuff at the same time. There's been a lot of time in that glass cage that I've been screaming about $50 nozzle bodies that have just gone on a little rock. I am not above grabbing that one rock and putting it at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah. Yep. So growing season so far, how's that going?
Yeah, slow. I think it's just cold. Well, because everything's so late.
Yeah, I'd say we're a month behind.
Yeah, it feels about that way.
Yep.
There's some pockets of crop around the area that just look awesome, but I'm not sure if it's awesome because of the year or if they just look like they should.
Yep.
But there's it feels like you said about a month late.
Yeah. We've had an interesting time with doing the broadleaf sprays on the cereals. We had to drop out the Sundowner, which is the
DFF.
Yeah.
Yeah, diflufenican and MCPA.
Because we had plants that were, so you can't spray until you're at least 5 leaf.
Yeah.
And we had plants that were, 2 leaf to 3 leaf.
Yeah.
And then we were also at stem elongation on the nodes. So it was...
Yeah.
You're going to do yield damage either side of that, and you've only got maybe 10% of the paddock that's right.
Yeah.
So it's been a costly thing to drop that out, spray across, come back, and then just go out with flat MCPA.
Yeah.
And then we did that with the barley, and then with the wheat, we just completely dropped it out and we put the MCPA in. Yeah. Just like that's been all right. We only did one pass, but it has been annoying having it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So staggered. It's going to make for an interesting harvest.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to canola.
No.
It's exactly the same as you with your timings on both sides of the window. With our canola here, I was spraying stuff that was, I'm looking at 8 leaf or getting very close to 8 leaf. So clethodim timing on the tail end, and then still finding cotyledon. And...
I've still got bloody cotyledon coming out now.
Yeah, we still find the occasional little fella trying to push through, but the decision there was just wait another 3 or 4 days, 5 days when we had some sunshine.
Yep,
and let it get at least one true leaf out. but I did at one stage move everything 30 k's north to the top farm. Got the boom up there, got the trailer, everything all up, and then had a walk through the paddock and said, probably need to just come back to this in a week. It's sort of frustrating. And the first thing I thought was harvest is going to suck.
It is. Our canola is currently flowering, along with germinating, along with bolting. It's quite interesting looking across the paddock. So you're going, okay, well, we'll be starting in barley, but then you look at the barley and it is now caught up. It's fairly even, but then you've got the wheel tracks. Like obviously all the trams are a lot lower. So you're going to end up with green sappies in that. I can see us wanting to start barley, doing maybe a paddock of barley before we go into canola. And to do that, we're probably going to need to reg loan it.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just see what the rest of the season does. But it's always a hectic time when you're starting on barley for the brand new chaser drivers.
Yeah, it's good. Trial by fire. Yeah. I don't know. The wheat for us, because we only grow 100 and something hectares of barley for silage.
Yeah.
The wheat, some of it, I don't think I was ever going to see every single Z on the Zadok scale in a paddock.
No.
But we did. We've got them all at once. Yeah. But it's going to be, that's going to be difficult to sort of, like you said, sappy greens. It might be a fair bit of time with the plane and reg loan out over the top.
Yeah, it will be an interesting one because it's been a very windy year so far, so spraying has also been an issue.
Yeah.
But come harvest, both barley and canola suffer from wind. Wheat tends to hold on a lot better. Does get obviously knocked around, but it's going to be interesting timings for harvest.
Yep.
Especially
70% and just gun it and go. Yeah. It's I don't know. What's next on you've finished your spreading a while ago?
Yeah,
quite a while ago.
We've done all that. Spreading's done. We've now done all the spraying. That's all shut the gate until fungicide.
Yeah.
If we have to do fungicide.
Yeah.
Or aphids. Hopefully not.
So monitoring
at the moment, but we're probably going to start up with Flexian and hit the barley because the barley's nearly at flag. So we want to try and get some Flexian on that before we get the flag out. For obvious reasons, don't want to scorch that flag. So there'll be a paddock or two of barley that we'll have to pretty much crack straight on into and get that sorted.
So do you have streamers on?
Yeah, we got streamers, but it's still...
It pulses?
No. You can have it pulse, but we turn the pulsing off for streaming.
Yeah, so it's just straight
pump. Just a conventional boom.
Yeah.
But it's... Yeah, you don't want to obviously damage your flag leaf. So you want to try and get it before that. And then, probably jump into the canola and get it when it's... canola is very responsive to nitrogen, very late. Yeah.
Put it on anytime. Doesn't matter when, just put it on.
Yeah. And then the wheat we'll get to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you guys finished spreading or?
No, we haven't. We've still got wheat across the road, a little bit of canola left to finish off with just urea top up. All of the north stuff and all of the stuff down at the lease block is all done.
Yep.
And most of this block, but it's just the later stuff. We're just taking our time, get across it when we can.
Yep.
It's new to us this year is the 3-point link spreader.
Yes. Yep.
So it's been good since we got the little pre-delivery stuff up that they made on the scales.
Oh, the scales. Yes. Yep.
Once we got that sorted, it's been a very good thing. It's allowed us to get onto some country that
you wouldn't be able to with a trailer.
Yeah, not at all. So that's been
really I'd never go a.
Oh, you'd be at it.
I'd never go a 3-point linkage because it's just efficiency for us.
Yeah.
We can do 220 hectares or 200 hectares a load.
Yeah, I'm 20.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. That would do my head in.
Yeah. So we're admittedly we were going out at like 190, 200 kilos of urea.
Yeah, okay. Whereas we were only going, I can't even remember now. Oh, we went 50 kilos.
Yeah.
We up there, I aim for 80 units N on a normal year, typical year, and then depending on the year, I'll go higher. Like last year, we went to 100 units N.
Yeah.
We're definitely on the lower end of the scale for what people do around here, but
yeah, you get the results.
We get the results, and that's what works best for us for ROI. And so
sustain.
We use the sustain, which is the coating on the urea, and we'll see what it does.
Yeah,
this year we did get rain, not a lot of rain, but we did get rain after applying it. But I think every year, if it's available, I'll be putting it on.
Yeah, we've
the peace of mind.
It's an interesting. Well, it's a good product. Well, in theory, we'll see how it is in practice.
Yeah,
we've got a small trial over at the lease block, straight urea, so untreated, sustain, and then there's another product called N Shield that just self-apply and mix up and put out.
Yep.
So that one's meant to be more anti-leaching and anti-volatilisation.
Yeah. So for me, leaching isn't an issue.
No.
Whereas volatilisation is.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously for you guys, a bit more rain.
Yeah. Down there in particular is where the interest was.
Yep.
Here maybe because there is even though it's like not even 15 Ks, it's
a huge rain difference.
Yeah. Significant as it's dropping off as it goes further north.
Yeah, I know. I watch it.
Don't forget it. 1/3 of ours is up there too. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how each of them performs. Obviously, we know how untreated urea performs, but it's going to be really interesting to see how these seed or these urea treatments go.
Yeah,
if we get a 10 to 20% efficiency, then pays for itself.
Fantastic. Yeah,
and it's good.
Just the peace of mind for the farmer of going, I need to get spreading now. I can't do my farm in a week.
Yeah.
And we know how unreliable the weather station, like the apps are.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get, it's a 100% chance of 10 to 20 in a week's time.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I need to get spreading. I'm going to start spreading now.
Yeah.
Get closer. Oh, yeah, maybe 20% chance of 1 to 5. And you don't get any rain.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if I've got the sustain on there, it can stay out there it doesn't get activated until it gets wet.
Yeah. Yeah. Just pump it out and job's done.
That's it. Peace of mind. When it rains, it'll get used and it'll be fantastic.
Well, that's what we did at Cascade. We had to get the contractor in, had Mal in with both of his spreaders.
Yes. Yep.
And just did 1,400 hectares across the board. Job done. And that's same thing. Peace of mind. We felt comfortable putting it out. So it's, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it goes next year.
Yeah. Oh, I reckon we'll leave it there. We're nearly at 45 minutes. We do have a Instagram page set up now.
Yep.
The Glass Cage Pod. So follow us there. We will be just posting some photos and stuff of the day, of when we're going through, or maybe some reels of some funny parts of the clips. And
if there's funny parts.
Well, there you go. There's a funny part right there.
Sure, champion.
You can also reach out to us there. Send us a direct message. If you're loving the pod, just let us know. Or if you want to hear
topics,
us,
bits and bobs,
discuss the topic. Also, if you want to send in a voice message and tell us chase a bin or header driver.
Yeah, still haven't changed my mind on that one.
No, I'm definitely header driver. And we'll work out how to get it into our ears on this podcast. I think it's pretty simple. I just got to figure it out. But send it in and we'll get that working.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, well, we shall leave the podcast there and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.